Well, this is what I call the Jack and the Beanstalk bean. And the vine is about 5/8 of an inch in diameter at the base, or 1.5 centimeters. And this is what the fruit looks like. They're about 15 inches long. The green one can be eaten like that, or the dried one makes a pretty good rattle. And it's just full of seeds. Like these are about ready to pop out. So here we are in Gainesville, Florida, where it does get pretty cold at night, and this is New Year's Eve. We're fixing to have, they say, 5 nights of sub-freezing weather or near freezing weather, and so I'm going to do a little cold protection. You'll see how I grew this vine on a bamboo pole last year. I've been growing these beans for several years, and I always thought it was just a bean, but now I've learned that's the ice cream bean, which is actually a tree in Hawaii and other places. Here it is trying to bud out again, and you see the bean leaves coming on at each of the nubs. This one has purple flowers, unlike the white flowers that some people talk about, but this one is growing up into an old citrus tree, which is infected with the Wanglong Bing or citrus greening bacteria and is not long for this world. But it's about 30 feet tall, the vine is, and I expect the top of it will die during the impending freeze. But I'm going to put these barrels of water up around it, and if you put 3 barrels of water around a plant like this, you can pretty well pull it through mid 20-degree Fahrenheit weather, and we'll see if we can develop a tree over the years. And of course that is just a pomelo on the ground there. They average 2 to 3 pounds a piece, and they've been raining off of my pomelo tree here for a few days. In the background you also see a Norfolk Island pine, which usually does pretty well through the winter here if it's got some protection. And this is a tangerine, which is infected with greening as well. The fruit here is much smaller than would be expected, about half the normal size. However, these are pretty sweet. I've been juicing them and eating them, and they're actually not bad if you suck the juice. Not bad. Of course, that'd be even sweeter if they didn't have citrus greening. And the bees are waking up a little bit. It's about 50 to 52 degrees this morning. They need at least 52 degrees to fly because they're not quite as hardy as the yellow jackets. There's a little bit of milkweed, which has got the seed pod ready to float away, and you can see the bees are working pretty hard this morning, bringing in some yellow pollen. I'm not sure quite what from this time of year because there isn't much blooming, except perhaps a little bit of Spanish needle hereabouts. It looks like the neighbor's chickens are squawking a bit. Over here with the old Blue Barrel boat, still working as a filter on the catfish pond. Catfish are 3 years old now in the swimming pool and getting bigger. We tried to catch one 2 days ago, and my grandson had it on the line, but it broke the line. 100-pound test line. So it must have been a defect in the knot. Can't imagine how a 3-pound fish could break that, but it did. Here's some more pomelos. These sometimes get a wound when they fall out of the tree, so it's better to pick them, although the tree is about 30 feet tall, so it's hard to pick them all. Anyway, I hope you have fun growing some of the ice cream beans, and they seem to do pretty well here in Gainesville, Florida.